Uh, what if Mike draws Blue Beetle and I draw Booster Gold?
Oh, okay.
Oh, a team up. I like it.
Oh, yeah, because they'll be right next to the screen
Yeah,
together. Oh, okay, I get it. I see.
yeah. See.
Yeah. So, in
Ah,
fact, Mike, yours should be reaching out to the right, and Sean's yours should be reaching out to the left, and they can hold hands.
Oh,
mine's gonna have a gun pointed at your
oh
head.
no! Poor Blue Beetle.
I mean, he should have sucked and died.
What? He shouldn't have sucked?
Yeah, dude.
Did you read the issue where he died? He was
Yeah,
like the best Blue Beetle that had been in a
he
long
got
time.
punked.
What?
He got punked.
He did get punked.
That's true.
He's a chump
He was a brave Blue Beetle. A brave little Blue Beetle.
who, once again, is a loser.
He's not a loser. He was never a loser.
I'm just fucking with you.
Nobody
I'm
ever gives.
screwing with you.
Booster gets more respect than Beetle.
Yeah, that's weird. When did that happen?
I don't know. That makes me. It makes me mad.
Like, I stopped reading around the time that Ted Cord died, and whenever I check in, it's like, well, Booster's awesome now, and
Well, I mean, they have. They're great Booster stories. He's an interesting character.
sure.
But yeah,
It's like Guy Gardner being
sure. Yeah.
like awesome. It's like what?
I guess Beetle was boring, and everybody likes the Giffen DeMatteis books better. Where he's, I mean, they take those as gospel, where he's like a joke, and he's not a joke. I mean, he's funny. He's sort of like a the Marvel, movie Marvel Star Lord,
Yeah,
except smarter. Star Lord in the movies isn't very smart.
Doesn't help that Booster's just so much cooler. I mean, he's gold, baby.
He is gold. He's a dumb football player.
Can't beat gold.
Booster just Booster just really wants it too much, right? Like,
You saying he's a tryhard?
yeah, exactly.
He's definitely a tryhard.
like
Well,
that's
he tried, and now he's still. Who's still alive?
that the hear that, tryhards? Just gotta stay alive.
It's how you live in this world, baby. I don't know. I keep saying baby. That's weird.
I still want my Beetle Year One series.
Oh god, that would be awesome.
What is Booster's costume?
It's different. It's changed slightly.
What's original?
Original's the best. That's the one with the high collar.
Yeah,
Original.
I think it's the gold.
Oh. Okay.
You know, this show format is the only time that your stupid jokes like that are appropriate.
Is this, hey
If
Mike,
I don't
from
try it
there?
out on you guys like
Can
off
you see
air,
this? Is that the one? Is that it?
Yeah, that's the first one.
That's the original?
Yeah.
Okay. I can work with that.
yeah, his original one seems right up your alley, Sean.
Hmm.
You know, I don't know if it's like this for you, but are there characters like that? And it's changed over the years now when I get older, and especially working in this business now.
The biz, as they say.
There's characters that you feel not an ownership, but like a personal connection to, that it still bugs you if somebody does something in a comic that you think, ah, that character wouldn't do that. That kind of thing.
I think you've just described all of comics fandom. Right?
Well, yeah, now that I say that out loud, it is a kind of like a problem with fandom. But I mean, just like in your head, it bothers you. Not like I'm going to sign a petition or something like that. Is there a character that even works with? Because, I mean, I know I personally, it bums me out that people don't do something cool with Ted Cord.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to, you know, get to do my Ted Cord stories that I, you know, want to do, that I was gonna do at one point.
I have that. This is weird. Maybe this isn't what you're talking about.
It should be smiling.
But I have that problem with Superman.
What do you mean?
Like, I had this before I was reading Superman comics. I had this kind of conception of Superman that he was like that. The cool thing about Superman is that he was a response to this World War II idea that absolute power corrupts, right? And that Superman was a rebuttal to that. That no, he has this absolute power, but that he stays true to this, and that one of the ways that he exercises that is that he has this ultimate power. He could save anybody. And his power gives him the ability to know everybody that's in danger at any given time, right? And so he is constantly, every second of the day, having to triage that and saying, when do I exercise this power, or when do I let these people die, or when do I let this thing happen, because what I'm doing right now is more important, or I have to be judicious in the exercise of it somehow. I feel like that just never happens in any Superman stories, you know?
Well,
I wish that was the character that was portrayed. Instead, Superman, when I was reading it anyways, was always just like
it's hard
going
to relate,
further and faster.
It's hard to relate to a character like that.
I think it's hard to relate to Superman generally, but that's why I guess I kind of always assumed like he was a principle, not a character, you know?
Oh, in a lot of ways, he is. You're right. Because when you think about it, no human acts like that.
Right.
Surgeons.
What?
Surgeons.
Surgeons?
Yeah, sometimes. Right? No? Am I wrong? Like a doctor?
A doctor?
Like a triage doctor, right?
Oh, I mean...
Yeah, okay, yeah.
He's like human triage. You gotta choose who's gonna live and die. Who's worth. Not worth, but the best chances, right?
Well, and just even like I think of it again, this is certainly me, and this is probably boring, but I think of it kind of like just like it's a system of justice, right? When they say truth, justice in the American way with relation to Superman, right? I feel like they're talking about the when to exercise that justice and when to exercise mercy and when to say, you know, this isn't a proportionate response. I should not be going into this mess, because even though some bad things are going to happen, I will make it worse by setting things by using power to set things right. That it's that judicious use of power that you can't have one without the other and not have it slip into tyranny and slip into, you know, this kind of corruption. And that's why, you know, Smallville is so important to Superman, right? That's why his small town upbringing, like it's those like, you know, Midwest values that keep him centered and keep him humble.
Well, you're on the verge of answering your own question. Like you can't. Like I said, it makes him hard to relate to as a person.
Mm-hmm.
For him to make stories that is just about him essentially having to deal with godlike problems.
Yeah.
And because he is a human in a lot of ways, raised as a human, he doesn't think like that. He wouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. And you're saying that's what you want. You want stories like that.
I'm saying Superman never makes much sense on his own. Like a Superman Batman team up seems like how it always needs to be, right? That's like Batman is the very human story, and it's telling a mystery, and you're going through the mystery and you're solving the mystery. And Superman is a morality tale, and it's a, you know, it's almost a parable, operating on the level of a parable, and that the one doesn't really work without the other.
I don't think you're wrong.
But I don't think that that's how Superman's ever been treated. I think the long history of Superman comics is trying to make Superman into the human mystery story that Batman does so well, so that he can carry 4 of his own books, and just let Superman be Superman. To your point of how, like, I feel like what a character should be and what's done with the character instead. But maybe that's just a bad example.
I mean, you just do All-Star Superman.
Yeah.
It's the greatest Superman story.
It is kind of the greatest Superman story, isn't
What the fuck's this? Oh, I keep swearing. I guess it doesn't matter.
it?
What's his little robot look like?
Skeets.
Skeets.
I know,
He's
but
changed.
I'm just drawing my own Skeets then.
Yeah,
Just
make
to
your,
draw
he
late
looks,
stage Nimrod.
He looks like your favorite thing. He looks like a drone. He is a drone. Just draw a drone. He looks like a little circle with circle with some wings.
Yep.
And a little eyeball.
I did it.
He's one of those things from Destiny.
A ghost?
Yeah, he's a ghost.
Yeah, put ghost on there, Sean.
Uh-oh.
Hey, it's Jim.
So I've got him.
That's the quickest I've ever seen you knock a thing out, Mike.
What?
Really?
That was super fast, wasn't it?
He's not done.
No, but
I'm gonna ink him.
Mike's already... What the hell?
You gave me my favorite thing in the world to draw. So here we go.
Does Booster Gold have powers, or is he just
No. It's all his suit.
he's like Thor. It's just technology.
He stole all of his stuff from the future. He stole all of his stuff from the future. The suit is kind of like a sort of an Iron Man-ish kind of thing.
Is it from the future or his present?
Well, it was his present.
It was his present, but now it's the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So, can you steal something from the future?
Yeah, if you're a janitor in a museum and you steal something from the museum.
No, but it doesn't exist yet, so it's not stolen. I mean, you can steal things from the past. That's like the definition of stealing, right? Oh, there was this thing that was there, and now it's here, and you got. But you can't take a thing that wasn't there and then have possession of it. I mean, like, you can't have stolen it until it existed. So he's like just holding it until he catches back up with his
He
timeline.
stole it.
And
He
then
stole it.
Nah.
So you're saying if I go to a 7-Eleven and rob it and get in a time machine and go back to the past, I didn't rob that place?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
That is actually true.
But I did.
No, you haven't yet.
My pockets are full of contraband beef jerky and Hubba Bubba. And
yet,
I
they're
didn't
not.
steal that?
Nope.
Not yet.
You could eat that beef jerky, and it wouldn't be a crime until you caught back up to the time when that beef jerky was no longer on the shelf.
You guys have loose morals.
That's not morals. That's
most
time.
certainly true.
It's just time, man.
Yeah.
It's time. It's just time, man. Enough of science fiction.
So,
So stop calling Booster a thief, guys.
he's a thief. Well, he's not a thief anymore. He learned his ways.
Is anybody pursuing him for his theft?
They have to have done a story, but I'm a bad fan and I can't remember.
Mike, do you have a favorite Booster story? Or, I mean,
let's ignore Blue Beetle.
Blue
Tell us
Beetle
more about
story.
Booster.
Sons of a bitch. Are you talking about favorite Blue Beetle story?
Yeah.
There are a couple. And they run the gamut of different media too. Like I like the Brave and the Bold Blue Beetle story, which is from the comic books. You know, sort of. They tell essentially the origin of Ted Cord and how his uncle was a crazy guy that built robots on a island and was gonna, destroy the world or something like that. And in the comic, Dan Garrett, the original Blue Beetle, the magical Blue Beetle, went to stop him, and he died saving Ted, and Ted promised to continue his work. And because the Scarab didn't, the Scarab was lost on the island, they later retrofit that to be that Ted couldn't get the Scarab to work for him.
Huh.
And that's what then Jaime got eventually, right?
Right. They retrofit that. That was the one thing I didn't like about the Countdown to Infinite Crisis, that one where Beetle died, is that they just all of a sudden the Scarab was just hanging out at Ted Cord's house in Chicago for some reason. I was like, wait a minute, that thing's like lost in the ocean somewhere. There's another story from the original Len Wein run where Ted goes back to that island because he thinks something's up with, like that his uncle might be back. And it turns out to be some other villain. And there's another one where Dan Garrett comes back. Like he's like somebody brings him back to life or something like that, and that's kind of a sad one because he dies again at the end.
Damn it.
You just can't keep him alive.
Sounds like Beetle's a real loser.
Why? What made you think that any of that?
Sounds like he keeps dying.
He didn't die. All of it. Oh, the first Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's weird because he had like super strength and stuff. Wore chainmail.
Chainmail, you say?
Yeah, he had blue chainmail.
This guy's too shiny.
Yeah, man. He wears shiny outfit. It's gold.
You know what I hate trying?
Booster Gold?
Shine. Shine's hard. It's like never looks how I want it to look.
It's hard.
Yeah, I kind of missed out on all these stories.
Well, DC brought back Blue Beetle like the early to mid 80s. Like it was right after the first Crisis. And it was the first comic book that I started at #1 with. So that's why it has like a special place. Because I didn't know that it existed before. I didn't know there was like a whole Ditko thing. Sort of like Spider-Man. Like I didn't know anything before Ramita for a while.
The funny part is I feel like I should have run into these guys because I liked Blue Devil.
Yeah, it's the same artist too.
Yeah.
Paris Cullins, who is awesome. He always is at different shows than the ones I go to. I want to get a commission by him. Because I own one of his Blue Beetle pages. It'd be awesome to get him to... Oh, man, it'd be awesome to get him to do like a Battle Pug cover.
Oh, that would be cool.
Oh, I need to do
I already told him not to do that.
that. Oh, son of a...
Yeah. I traveled back in time and was like, hey, some guy's going to approach you sometime.
So if you travel back in time to be a dick, does that make you not a dick?
He's not a dick yet.
Yep. True.
By the time it happens to you, it will have already happened that he was a dick. So then he will be a dick.
Well, I hate you then. And whatever time it is.
In whatever timeline. You
I
still
hate
suck.
you 3000.
I hate you 3000. Oh my God. Why have I not heard that one yet? That's hilarious.
So what's his face? Night Owl from Watchmen. Batman or Blue Beetle?
From
Oh,
what?
he's definitely Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that whole thing, they're all Charlton characters.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely Blue
He's
Beetle.
even got the floating orb thing. And
Oh, he has the bug. That's
Yeah.
totally the bug.
with like
Yeah.
an owl crest on
Yeah,
it.
Archie
Oh,
is the
son of
bug.
a-
I mean, it
Oh,
looks like the bug.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the wrong layer.
Yeah, Dr. Manhattan is Captain Atom.
Mm-hmm.
I think Silk Spectre is Nightshade, probably.
Do you know I never made that connection?
You did? I didn't know until I was in high school or college. And it's funny because those all came out around the same time.
Yeah.
Boop.
But yeah, Rorschach is the question.
That one I knew.
No, I didn't. No. No. Always close your gaps, folks. Always close your gaps. Now I have to find out where the gaps are.
I heard Rorschach looks like my mom and dad kissing.
What a weird thing to say.
Oh God, I'm so here for that joke.
Why are you so weird? I had a dream that Jim just came in and started talking for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird. I had that one too.
Even though I made the gesture as he came in, he still just started talking.
No, you try to turn that off. Jim Terry is on 100% of the time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, I want to do
Dang it! What? This is the problem with.
I want to do one of those online quizzes now of, like, what Charlton characters they show the Watchmen on one side and the characters on the other side and line them up, like A, B, or C, A, B, or C, and then you get to Rorschach and it's just, mom and dad having sex, a dog eating a turtle on its back.
Well, that's all Alan Moore.
Coloring.
Oh, I forgot you do that. You know what? I can color too. It doesn't sound like you believe me.
This would be the one to do it on, right? He's essentially one color.
Things.
and orange goggles.
Oh, should I try?
You're missing the little bit above the gun.
Oh. This part?
No, right above the barrel. His the beetle outline on his chest.
Oh, thanks.
That's the guy.
It's gold, baby.
All right, I'm going to attempt something. I'm attempting something in this show that I don't ever do. Why am I doing that? For people to witness my failure.
Is that cut?
Damn it. I screwed this up already.
You know, for a topic which you hand chose, Sean, you're having a lot of trouble over there.
Oh no, I did a thing, bro. I did a thing. I fixed it.
What? Are you okay?
Yeah. Drawing's hard.
It is.
That's true.
Why did we decide to record ourselves doing it?
It's a contest of wills. Wills? The Willis?
Contest of
We're just witnessing a breakdown.
No, what's the Star Wars one?
What?
The
What?
Wills, right? No? Is this just
No
me?
idea what you're talking
What are you
about now.
talking about?
The Force. It uses the wills, right?
The will?
Isn't that what it's called?
What?
The Willis. It's the thing that...
The Willis?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Like what you talking about?
You mean like
No, like...
midichlorians?
Josh looked this
or-
up. Yeah, it's like a George Lucas thing.
What?
I'm not crazy. I feel like I'm crazy right now.
I'm not ruling it out.
It's the Willis?
It's something...
The Willis Tower.
Am I-
You know.
Am I saying this that weird?
The Force uses will. John Williams, is that what you're thinking of?
Okay.
It's a metaphysical and ubiquitous power wielded by Force-sensitive characters.
Things that make you go,
Energy field created by all living things. And the famous Keegan Jin says microscopic
That's not
life
his
forms
name!
called midichlorians.
Would you stop saying that?
What, midichlorians?
Why won't you say his
Phantom
name right?
Menace?
You're the menace.
You are a phantom menace. You are the worst.
Lucas compared using the Force to yoga, saying any
Ye-
character can use its power.
Yeah. I always wish... Well, that's what I'm hoping they're building towards in this new...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyone can wear the mask.
Oh, I'm more and more believe that that's what's gonna happen.
I like the Kung Fu idea.
Welcome to 4-star speculation.
What? Okay, his pants are gold.
Gold.
Oh, dang it. Okay, that's gold. Gold. Yeah, I don't know. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Are you talking about how like it's a Jedi mind trick relies on the weak-willed?
No, look up. Did you look up Willis?
Spell that for me. I'm still not 100%
It keeps taking me to Different Strokes website.
WILL
I don't know.
ITS. Willits?
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I don't care.
Willits, California. Force Willits.
I'm just gonna add a podcast onto this of explaining.
Seriously, where are you saying? WIL? Is it a T or an
I don't
S?
know. I
at the
can't
end?
spell.
But what are you saying? What's the word?
What's the in? They talk about it in Rogue One.
Rogue One.
They're like they work. They are like blah blah blah. When they're like there, those dudes.
The Force Protectors?
Yeah.
I don't remember them saying anything like that.
Mm.
I don't remember learning anything new about the Force in that movie.
Oh, Guardian of the Wills.
Yeah.
Okay, that's WHILLS.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let's figure
Willis.
this out.
That's what I said.
Again, I have to ask, what you talking about?
Who are they? I got what you did there.
Did you find it?
Guardians of the Wills, protectors of the Temple of Kyber. But there's nothing left to protect, so now they're just causing trouble for everybody.
What?
It does sound like he's just adding a personal opinion on it, doesn't it? What does Josh really think about these guys?
They traditionally handcrafted the light bow, a complicated form of bowcaster.
A bowcaster.
In early drafts of A New Hope, the name Wills refers to an early version of what became the Force.
Yeah. There we go. See? I know I'm
Not real.
I wasn't crazy.
But then they probably decided that nobody would understand what the F they were saying.
Did you just mean Willis?
It's like, oh yeah, people can't see the weird spelling of a word when they're saying it in a movie.
Well,
I
nobody would watch a
feel vindicated.
nobody would watch a Lord of the Rings movie if that were the case. Or Game of Thrones, especially.
Is it Urkarai or Urkara?
Well, but those aren't synonyms for common words that might be used instead.
You have a point, Valerie.
No. Yes.
What is happening over
I'm trying to
there?
color.
He's turned into he's making his bit, right?
My Bitmoji.
No, your Tron bit for Booster.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I see. I see what Josh did there. Boop. Okay. Pow.
Mike Norton doesn't know what he's doing.
Put these down there.
So ironically, for being the Blue Beetle, he wears blue blockers, right? So that's like
You mean these the goggles?
yeah, like those. Blue's the one color he's not seeing. I suppose when he takes
it's more
off
for you guys than for him. He doesn't care.
Oops. Booyah. Okay.
Like, did Black Beetle ever consider that if he just wore blue instead, that he'd essentially be invisible to him?
I don't think that's the way blue blockers work.
Oh.
Sean.
What?
I'm almost done.
Okay. I'm almost done too. Just do one of these bad boys. Oh, contiguous. Select.
Hey, it's not terrible.
No, it's good.
Pastel Palooza.
Give her that pencil layer.
Oh, wait. I didn't color his face. That's weird that the rest of him is...
Yeah, he's not big. He doesn't show a lot of skin, does he?
Here comes the planes.
Oh, give him a midriff.
I'm not giving him a midriff.
Yeah, just drag that right across the middle there. It'll be awesome.
Do one of these. Do one of those.
There he goes. And done.
Oh, man. Come on.
Oh, man. That's my favorite thing is when Sean goes, oh, man.
Oh man.
Okay, hold on, and... Oh, wait, I didn't sign it. It's essential.
So
How
if
do you know I
Booster
drew it?
Gold stole technology from the future,
Mm-hmm.
then returned to the past
Mhm.
of Minority Report.
The what?
The past of Minority.
Oh, so they were going to predict that he would be
He would
be a
they
criminal?
would predict that he was going to have done that. In fact, they did. Do
Well,
that.
it's a good thing it didn't happen, right?
Yeah, and so I mean, it wouldn't be a red ball, but they'd lock him up.
You need to pitch that as your Elseworlds.
But then he couldn't have gotten the stuff he stole, and so he'd just be like the moment that ball rolled down the
All right.
whatever, he would just be standing there.
Ta-da!
naked.
Good, man. That's really good. That's awesome. That's a good Skeets, too. Did you look at a reference?
Oh, kind of, but I figured out my own.
Oh, that's awesome. See? Well,
Done.
Can you have Skeets saying that wizard came from the moon?
I think he'd
Is that a
just be
Destiny
saying
thing?
skeet,
That's
skeet,
a
skeet,
Destiny
skeet,
thing.
skeet.
Skeets.
no. All right, we're done. Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, yeah. Once again, smash
No,
those
you
likes
don't
and
get to
subscribe.
do it this time. Somebody else has to do it this time.
I'm not going to ever say that.
You're not?
Mm-mm.
All right, this is the new goal of the podcast. Is to trick Mike into saying, remember to press like and subscribe. Which you all should do right now.
Smash backwards.
Smash backwards.
All right, bye.